the moments collected in time, perfectly bound like your hand fits in mine.
Will and I have been through a lot together, from our first rides to building confidence over jumps to where we are now. Will being the confidently trained up to a 2-star eventer and a hunter horse, even though my more seasoned show horse Peter is a 4-star eventer, Will has taught me so much in his own way. They have both shaped me as a rider, but in such different ways, and they each hold a very special place in my heart, like all of my horses do. But Will, he is my heart horse, for sure. Peter is the kind of teacher who's more reliable and focused. Sure, he has his moments, but most of the time he is there to help me refine my riding, while Will, on the other hand, is the type of horse to humble me in a second. He really keeps me on my toes. There are times he makes me really nervous, and yet I've learned just as much from him, if not more. Having these two very different types of horse teachers has helped me grow through all different kinds of training challenges. So in this new series, I will be taking you along for a week in my life with each of the horses, starting with Will. You will see how I feed, care, and train them throughout a typical week. This will be an ongoing series featuring all of the horses that I own, with one episode at a time. They will each get their own episode, and you will see the ones that I've owned forever and will own forever, and I just can't wait to share the journey with you guys. If you're excited for this idea, don't forget to like, subscribe, and maybe comment down below letting me know what you think. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Alright, let's get started. Of course, our week in the life had to start early in the morning at 6 a.m. in the feed room. It is around this time I get into the barn and feed all of my horses and the other lesson horses. We have a different barn from the boarders right next door, which is really nice since I get to have a quiet morning to myself. Not saying that to be rude, but I am very much an introverted person in the morning, whether you would like to believe that or not. Will eats an all-forage diet using beet pulp pellets and alfalfa pellets with the Fawn Lake omega-3 oil. I was soaking his feed for a long time, but he went through a phase a couple weeks ago where he didn't eat for almost a week, and yeah, no, it really scared me. But it wasn't colic, it was just one of our really hot 90 to 100 degree weeks, and I think he just had a bad bag of feed. I've also stopped soaking his feed for now. I will start it up again if he has a hard time with it, but he seems to prefer it for now. Of course, when I get up to the stall, he's like nickering like he's starving, and we have a loving moment, and then he gets a while to eat. After Will gets time to eat for a while, as any horse should, he gets to spend all day in the pasture to be a horse. After some fly spray around this time of year, of course. Around 10 a.m., it is around the time I get to start riding Will on Mondays, or just what I have scheduled for the day. Our first training session of the week is our shortest and our quietest. However, over the week, the training sessions get harder and harder as we do different things and we add on to what we did the day before. A 5-day-a-week schedule is what this horse thrives on and really needs. Getting on, he used to be really horrible at it. He would just walk off with me before I would even step up. Now when I get on the mounting block, I grab his withers and his butt and I wiggle them, asking him to check in with me. And once he gives me both of his ears by turning them back and listening to me, I get on. A horse that has his ears in tune with me is not going to walk off. A horse whose mind is over in the corner of the arena is going to walk off with you. This training result takes a lot of time and training, which is okay, but slow training is better than fast training, and it's also really the safest way to get on. Walking around, we stretch and we take a feel for the ride we're gonna have for the day. On this particular day, Will was very calm and collected. He usually is, but he can have his moments. As I talk about in all of my videos, we were speeding up to the fastest walk we could, not to break trot, and the slowest walk without breaking a halt. I do this exercise because it creates an interesting and good workout for both of us. We get the most out of each gait, whether we're turning, doing circles, or just going straight and different speeds. This keeps the ride interesting. We only do about 10 minutes of walk and trot, so it's only about a 20-minute ride, as I do have other horses to ride during that day. That way we set ourselves up for success for the rest of the week. We did the same thing in walk as we did in the trot, so if you see trotting clips as I'm talking about the walk, that's why. It is now Tuesday, and I spice it up the next day as we really did a good flat the day before. But today we add in canters, some fun jump exercises to set us up for success when we do hunters and show jumping, maybe even cross country later in the week. Today we have some bounce jumps, poles, and cross rails. As we add on to yesterday, still doing the same things in the flat warm-up, we added raised poles as he's going to pick up his feet and think. Other than that, we were working on our straightness and looking and turning. I was a little nervous with him over jumping the cross rails, but I just gotta breathe and trust in Will that he'll get me on the other side, because he will. He's not gonna let me eat dirt all the time, trust me. On Wednesdays, we really usually start getting into the bigger jumps. Today we trailered over to Marley's to an off-property schooling session, which I really enjoyed. Actually, we had a ton of fun. Schooling off-property is really good for a young horse like Will, who is not all seasoned yet. It takes years for a horse to grow into who they truly are. Will is one of them. Only being 9 years old, he's a lot to handle sometimes, but that will go down as time goes on. As we worked on our straightness yesterday, we're going to be using that in the course today and really focusing on our form, so tomorrow when we practice show jumping, we are able to do it nice and pretty, but also have the nice height at the jumps. It is now Thursday, which is where we really get into our real power. Thursdays and Fridays are usually my favorite as the build-up from the last 3 days has really helped us get to this point. And if we end up going to a show on the weekend, that means we're really ready for what's to come. As you can see, we also change up the session every day. We're doing different things in different places, adding on to the things we did the day before, and doing more and more, as I keep saying. It helps keep Will on his toes and thinking about what I'm going to be asking next, instead of thinking about the corner he is scared of that day. Just like I've said before, I feel like I'm talking in circles, but this is really just how training goes with Will.
To let you drown. Here now, turn it around, gotta love it or let it go. With her eyes closed and some wings to fly, singing oh, 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 oh. Why'd you go and never ask me to stay? Why you push the ones who love you away?
We are now at Friday, and I have done amazing things with this thoroughbred over the week, and now it is time to have some fun, let loose a little, and let him have a good time. His favorite thing to do is cross country, so we have trailered over to the FLEC. I spent the night last night in one of the hotels nearby, and I woke up to this morning to the most beautiful dewy morning ever. This place really is beautiful, and I love the atmosphere. But I have had my breakfast and I'm ready to hit the trails, so let's tack up and get ready.
everything goes down, are we gonna push through to find out? Working through all these issues, hell of a year, all the things we've been through, are we gonna stick around to find out? We know we've seen this all before, just head for brighter shores, here right now. We could be something so much more than wasted times, here right now.
Well, it has come to the end of the week, which has come faster than I can even blink, and I think I'm ready to call it the end of this video. I'm really excited to do more of these as my other horses' training weeks are so different. Some don't train as much, some train more, and that's what it's like when you have horses. The day can be planned as much as you want, but at the end of the day usually plans where you'll end up for you. That's what I love about what I do. It always keeps me on the edge of my seat. Through the good, bad, and the ugly, it's all worth it at the end of the day, especially when you love these animals. I hope you all enjoyed this video so much. I will see you all in my next video. Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and comment down below. Bye guys.